Welcome to our porno shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to see us do porno, baby.
No, I thought this was a SQUIB.
This is the SQUIB.
What happens on the SQUIB? How does it work?
In which we read news that is no longer news and hasn't been news in many, many years. Just read news articles from the past. This one's from the Washington Post, June 24th, 1906. Washington Post, but it's not taking place in Washington. It's taking place in St. Louis.
Okay.
Trouser leg mystery baffles St. Louis police. Costs Martin Hogan $74 and deranges his mind.
Damn, and I love trouser mysteries.
It's a trouser leg mystery.
Ooh, I've got a trouser mystery right now. It's a mystery,
such a bad joke. The mystery of Martin Jerry Hogan. Okay, first of all, the guy's name is Martin Jerry Hogan. Nobody's middle name is Jerry.
That's true.
You know? Yeah. It does he goes by Martin Jerry Hogan. Like, why not Marty Gerald Hogan?
Well, anybody who got by Marty Jerry, that's bad enough anyway.
Also, 3 names.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously a serial killer.
The mystery of Martin Jerry Hogan's missing trouser leg has completely baffled the St. Louis police.
Was that his 3rd trouser leg?
No, I think he has only 2 and one's missing.
Okay, all right.
Incidentally, Hogan, himself a former policeman, is out $74, which he has paid for trousers since January 1.
That's a lot.
So in 1906, $74 worth of trousers.
That's like a mortgage payment.
Yeah, basically.
How many trousers does this guy need?
Well, you're going to find out why he needs so many trousers.
Okay, all right.
Listen to this. I mean, he's baffling St. Louis police.
I'm already baffled.
The mystery seems a simple one on its face. It lies in the fact that since the night before Christmas of 1905, Hogan's left trouser leg has been cut off 14 times.
What? 14 times?
14 times.
I mean, 1 or 7 times?
So we're talking about this happened. This article comes out June of 1906. So in the past 6 months, his left trouser leg has been cut off 14 times.
That's over 2 trouser legs a month.
Yes. Each time, the trousers have been mutilated just below the knee, apparently by the use of a razor or some similar exceeding sharp instrument.
Oh, well, you can wear them as shorts then.
It's only one leg.
Well, you can cut the other one off.
Well, this is not a Mentos commercial.
Oh.
Hogan has the remains of 14 pairs of trousers. And also, I think only little boys wore shorts in 1906.
Well, or sexy men.
You mean like guys who wear cargo shorts?
Yeah. Ooh, hot.
He has been driven almost insane by the mysterious recurrence of the attacks upon him.
How can you blame him? I mean, if I had 2 trouser legs a month cut off of my trousers.
Just the left one.
Yes.
Of any enemy. And so far as the detectives have been able to ascertain, Hogan has none.
The missing leg is a sign of an enemy.
Well,
who else would do it?
That's right.
Who else
an enemy.
would do that?
And also, but who doesn't have any enemies?
I don't.
You have nemesis.
I have nemesis, but no enemies.
Yeah, I guess I would say that too.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the people who are my enemies don't know they're my enemies.
That's true. And none of them would cut your trouser legs off.
No.
Plus, they had to get in here, get the trousers, cut the leg off, take the leg home.
Well, you're thinking that he wasn't wearing these trousers while they were cut off. I don't know. But
okay. All right.
We can't make an assumption.
Let's find out.
He has no enemies, at least none who would try to injure him except in a fair fight.
Well, that's good.
So his enemies will fight fair with him.
Okay.
He always stood well when he was a policeman. And when he found himself growing old for the service, he invested his little money in a plumbing business, which prospered.
Oh, so he's a plumber now.
He's a plumber. Former policeman, now a plumber. His daughter, Mamie, that's a name you don't hear anymore.
That is true, for good reason.
Married Peter Goodwin, who was Hogan's partner in the plumbing business.
Oh, family
Things are getting a little...
thick.
Yeah.
Rich.
Mamie might have been a little thick, if you know what I
Chocolatey.
mean.
Yes.
And about 2 years ago, Hogan retired from active business, leaving that in the care of his son-in-law, and planned to spend his declining years in ease and comfort.
Well, he was 35 at that point? So.
Yeah, almost dead.
Yeah. He probably only had a couple years left.
He has since then made his home with his daughter. He had laid by enough money to ensure comfort and even luxury. The year after his retirement, he made a trip to visit his mother, Michael, who lives in Dronach, County Mayo, Ireland.
His mother's name is Michael?
His brother, Michael.
Oh, his brother, Michael. Okay.
I don't know, but this is a lot of detail.
It is a lot of detail.
I don't think that this is even this. It even says who wrote this article.
Who cares? You just need to keep going.
Why
this is the SQUIB. We soldier on.
That's
we
true.
get it done.
Anyway, he was able to go to Ireland to visit Michael.
Okay.
Then he returned and settled down to take things easily in his old age, although he would deny with force any insinuation that he is old.
Oh, well, he's 35.
There was not a hint of any impending trouble or any mysterious enemy until Christmas Eve. Hogan was celebrating the holiday. He was wearing his best suit of clothes, purchased in Dublin on his way home from Ireland.
Oh, an Irish suit. Nice.
Yeah, he's got an Irish suit.
Made of potatoes.
I feel like an Irish suit is a euphemism for something.
Yes.
Like an Irish suit is like when you have vomit going down the front of your... I think it's what you're wearing when you come out of a bar at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so it's usually his vomit then.
Probably.
Back from Ireland.
But he's bought a suit.
Christmas Eve, wearing
with
a
suit. Party of friends, he was making merry in the place of Martin Henry. Apparently, none of the crowd was... It was probably more like... Is
that a reel or a jig?
I'm drunk. Apparently, none of the crowd was much under the influence of liquor. Okay, it's a group of Irishmen.
Yeah, obviously
Christmas
those were
Eve.
not his friends.
Well, they're not his enemies because he doesn't have any.
Yeah, but he doesn't have very good friends either if they're not,
No one noticed anything wrong until Hogan discovered that the left trouser leg of his new trousers was missing.
Wait a minute. So these are his friends. He's hanging out with them.
Yes.
He's partying. They're not drinking, supposedly.
Nobody's drinking.
But he only has one.
He has no enemies. He's not
trouser leg.
Suddenly, he realizes he has only one trouser leg.
So did he get dressed with only one trouser leg?
No, he was wearing his nice new suit from
Ireland.
Ireland.
And all of a sudden, one trouser leg
He looks down and he's like, what the fuck? Why do I only have one trouser leg?
Maybe he has those zip-off pants.
They didn't exist in 1906. Also, it was like clean cut.
Okay.
It required force and an argument to prevent a serious clash, for the old men believed someone was making sport of him and had played the trick upon him.
Who was he going to clash with?
Martin Henry.
He's just going to fight everybody.
Martin O'Henry.
Yes.
Henry O'Martin. Michael O'Shaughnessy.
He was going to fight with
Sean
O'Henry.
O'Michaely.
And then all of a sudden, at the end of it, it turns out that his wife stole his trouser
with
leg.
the hair clip.
Right, in order
and they
to...
had
Yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
She bought him a sock garter, but he didn't need it anymore because he had sold his trouser leg.
Right. It's just embarrassing. She only could afford one sock garter
exactly.
Anyway,
so they almost got in a fight because him and his non-enemies. It took an hour of argument and persuasion to half convince Mr. Hogan that no one present at that time was to blame. He took their protestations of innocence with mental reservations and went home in a cab. He's going home in his handsome cab thinking, maybe I do have enemies. I don't know. Maybe perhaps they are not my friends.
Well, what he's suffering from?
Delusions.
Well, it's a good old-fashioned Irish trouser legging.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do that at weddings normally, though.
Well, they do that pretty much everywhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens every time I go to see your family.
Trouser
That's why I don't wear pants anymore.
Well, me either.
I just don't wear any bottoms.
And in solidarity, I don't either.
Yeah, we don't get invited very often.
No, not after that last incident.
Listen, he goes home thinking maybe these aren't my friends. His tailor repaired the damage, because back then everybody had a tailor. And after a few days, the joke sounded as good to Hogan as it did to his friends, and he related the adventure with much gusto. He was like, oh, those old boys, they cut my trouser leg right off of me, and we weren't even drinking.
Oh, it's an old trouser legging. So the tailor, I guess, sewed a new trouser leg on. Yeah.
I think that the tailor probably did. Do you know how pants are constructed?
No.
They're actually...
I don't wear them, so I wouldn't know.
That's right. You'd only wear nude hose. So actually, he probably cut off half the pants because they're just two halves of the same.
So he has capri pants now.
No! Down the crotch and sewed the leg on from there, because if he just stitched the leg off...
It would have a line.
That would be weird.
It would look like Frank in the trousers.
Right. And this is his new Irish suit.
I know.
But on New Year's Eve, the trouble was aggravated. It happened that Hogan foregathered with a bunch of his friends at a place in Olive Street not far from his home to watch the old year out and the new one in.
Wait, so this is only a week later. He's gone home. He's gone to his tailor.
He's gotten over it.
The tailor has somehow repaired his trousers.
He's a magical tailor that's a leprechaun.
And a week.
Yes.
And now he's back again to ring in the new year.
And he's wearing I assume he's wearing a different pair of pants. I don't know.
I think he only had one pair of pants.
Well, he had one Irish suit. Okay. He's in Olive Street, not far from his home. And there was much feasting and drinking. So now they admit to drinking.
Okay.
And about 3 a.m., Hogan, not being able to keep up his end as he had when he was a boy, it says when he was a boy.
How do you spell bye?
B-Y-E.
Oh, okay. A bye.
Snored peacefully at the table. So he's passed out.
Oh, he's just asking for another trouser leg in.
When he awoke, the left trouser's leg of his new trousers was missing.
So the left leg again.
Yep. He accused a Donegal man named Murphy of cutting off his trousers leg. And for a time, Donegal and Mayo went to war.
Of course. Well, I mean, everyone knows the Donegals.
Yes.
And their propensity for left trouser legs.
Peace finally was restored forcibly by the bartender with the able assistance of the janitor. And
Wait a minute. Wait. So when is this? So it's 3 a.m. He falls asleep.
He's passed out on a table. Yes.
He fights with his friend or
Murphy from Donegal.
From Donegal, and then. So this is at least an hour maybe. So it's like 4 a.m. There's a bartender and a janitor still around who are willing to mediate this entire dispute.
I gather that I always thought St. Louis was a very upright Catholic city.
This is upright Catholic behavior.
That's true. It is. I guess they the bars stay open all night.
I mean, I'm surprised that Father McGonagall wasn't there.
Oh, Father McGonagall. He was probably doing the trouser legging.
Well, he's missing the blessing of the trousers. So
right. The janitor and the bartender had to settle everybody down, and everybody concerned vowed they had no knowledge of the proceeding. I wouldn't cut off your trouser leg, Hogan. Why would I do that? You're insane, man. They declared Hogan had been sitting at the table, that they saw no one go near him, and absolutely were in ignorance of the fact that the trousers leg had been cut off until he himself discovered that fact.
These people are useless.
Well, they're very...
No.
It's New Year's Eve.
And it's like 5 a.m. at this point.
And they have been drinking since Christmas Eve.
Since Christmas Eve, right. It's been a week solid of drinking.
Yes.
Yes, but now they're down to the dregs. They've gone through the Tullibard Dew, they've got the Jameson, and now they're down to... I don't know what they would drink.
Bar mats.
Bud Light. Yes, they're drinking the bar mats, right?
Every one of the 6 members of the party solemnly stated they had not been under the table, whereupon Hogan took their word for it and started to whip the porter, who made strenuous denial of any connection with the case.
Why the porter?
Probably because he was black. Hogan bought a new pair of trousers and wore them almost a month. Then, one evening, he drank more than was good for him and lost the left trousers leg again.
So basically, he gets wasted and his left trouser leg just falls off.
It is removed.
We don't know that yet. All we know is there's a trouser leg missing. He's drunk, trouser leg missing. No one admits to it. This is like
no one's seen anything. No one has seen anything.
No one's seen anything. I mean, didn't Poe have a story about this?
Yes, and you know who did it in that story? A monkey.
Oh, I thought it was the Casco Amontillado.
No, it was literally a monkey. Yeah, or a snake. Yeah, he whipped the porter. He whipped the porter.
Right.
He bought a new pair of trousers, wore them almost a month, and one evening he drank more and lost the left trouser's leg again.
Okay.
Less than 4 days later, the leg of his new trousers that cost him $7.50 was cut off.
Wait a minute. So are these repaired trousers?
This is the third pair of trousers
he bought. Pair of trousers.
He paid $7.50 for a pair of trousers.
Okay. I think at this point, any respectable Irishman would have just gotten his left leg amputated.
That's probably a good solution.
Much cheaper.
It's a much better solution.
All the time. Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't work anymore.
He doesn't. He's just He's retired.
Mamie and his son-in-law, which I don't know why that detail was even in there. Is the son-in-law and Mamie suspected of this?
I don't know. Maybe in the foreshadowing, possibly.
After the 4th attack, Hogan went to the priest. You're right, Father McGonagall, and took the pledge.
I don't even know what the pledge is.
Yeah. Oh, not abstinence,
nice.
teetotaling.
Yes. Oh, I am not going to drink anymore.
Yes, that's the pledge. Okay. He was a little worried over the way liquor was treating him. Father McGonagall, I just keep losing my trouser leg.
Jesus Christ coming straight down and taking your trouser leg off. It's a miracle.
I'm surprised they didn't get the Pope involved.
Well, Jesus, he had that one miracle of the trousers and the fishes.
But he was providing more trouser legs, not taking them away. He stated that he would quit drinking if it was going to make him so irresponsible that he could not keep his enemies from cutting off his trousers leg.
It's just, I drink so much, my trouser leg just pop off.
And he's discovered he has enemies. A week later, Friday evening, he was sitting in the side room of his friend Donahue's house. I think this guy needs to start wondering about, does he have friends at all?
Yeah.
First, he's got Donegal, he's got Donahue, he's got McGonagall, he's got O'Shaughnessy.
He's Irish. What else is he going to have? He's going to have like some Silversteins and some
Habermas. Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
He had gone to spend the evening with Donahue and some other friends. Mm-hmm. In the middle of the evening, while one of Donahue's girls was playing the piano, I believe this means a daughter, Hogan missed the left trouser's leg again. He got mad. He vowed that Donahue had something to do with the mystery, which insinuation was resented actively, with the result that Hogan left the house with his hat banged down over his ears. I guess that is a sign of real anger.
And one trouser leg.
That
must have been. I would love to have seen him hopping down the street
with his hat and he's storming.
This is like February, so it's probably freezing outside.
Right.
It's been a month since.
I think this is actually a pretty fucking hilarious practical joke that these people are playing on him.
If that's what it is.
This
could possibly be paranormal.
Fortean even. Mm-hmm. The policeman who was called to the scene, they called the cops.
Yes, 911, what's your emergency? My trouser leg's been stolen again. Yeah, they'd send him right out. Maybe Officer Citrone would show up.
Yes, well, it might have been because he was called to the scene and he started to arrest Hogan. And then he discovered Hogan's identity and was going to arrest Donahue. So he's like, dumb Irish cop storms up and he's like, what's the trouble here? You're all being cuffs.
Well, you're the one who helped the trouser leg. You must be guilty.
Yes.
That's how you tell in Ireland who's guilty. They don't have trouser legs.
Each accused the other. Okay, well, what is Donahue accusing Hogan of?
No, it's Hogan is now accusing Donahue.
But each accused the other.
Oh, right, Donahue
Hogan.
of stealing his trouser leg.
But he still has his trouser leg.
Maybe he didn't have one before, and now he has one, and so he's like, that's where my trouser leg went.
And the policeman finally led Hogan around the corner and advised him to go home.
And then he took out his billy club and he beat the living daylights out of him.
See, I don't think Donahue did this because the girl is there playing the piano. It's like a civilized gathering.
Well,
the strenuous denials of the Donahue family that they had touched his trouser's leg. Because it would be weird to go up, like guys to go up to each other, people to go up to each other and touch their leg. Crawl under the table and cut their trouser leg off.
That's weird. That doesn't sound weird to me.
I'm not Irish, so I don't know. But
yes, well, like I said, old tradition.
The entire Donahue family denies that they have touched his trouser's leg. It set Hogan to thinking. He began to wonder if the little people were after him and tormenting him by cutting off his trouser's leg.
This is what happens when you drink for too many years.
Well, he's taken the pledge.
Well, that doesn't mean that the brain damage hasn't already occurred.
He starts to wonder if the little people were after him and tormenting him by cutting off his trouser's leg. And when about 10 days later, another trouser's leg disappeared, he was certain he was bewitched. He was sitting in his own room at home reading the Standard when suddenly he says he felt his left leg getting cold as if a breeze was blowing upon it. Okay, he wasn't around anybody.
This is like spontaneous human combustion, except it's a trouser leg.
I know. And looking down, he discovered that his trouser's leg had been cut off again.
Mm-hmm.
Totally alone.
Right. Well, this is even more mysterious. I really hope there's an answer to this mystery.
There had been no one in the room, at least he declared not. He had heard no sound, felt nothing, and yet it was gone, cut off as clean as if by a razor. Hogan declares that at first he concluded he had pulled on a pair of the other mutilated trousers by accident.
What about his tailor?
Why did he just keep the mutilated trousers?
He has a tailor that is willing to operate
but you're not going to pay
at a moment's notice.
You're only going to pay the tailor for your good Irish suit. You're not going to pay the tailor for just ordinary trousers.
They didn't say they were ordinary trousers.
Well, they made a point of his Irish suit.
Okay.
But that account of the garments hung in sad array in the closet. One-legged trousers.
I don't think they'd even stay on a hanger if they only had one leg on them. I guess
how do you hang
how do you
hang?
I mean, is it all the way up to the crotch, or is it like maybe above the knee?
It doesn't say. They don't. In fact, then couldn't talk about body parts of all.
Oh, they didn't have crotches back then. That's true.
Convince him he had no whole ones left. It's like when we were trying to make the bed just now and we had no sheets because we don't do any laundry.
They try to get dressed every day.
Yeah, we don't do laundry.
Well, I guess I'll just get these, skid-marked one-legged trousers out and put them on today.
Why not? I have an idea. He should take one pair of trousers and then turn the other pair around and... I mean, it's too bad they're all left legs, but he could turn a pair around.
If he turned it around and put them on and then stuck his leg through the other trousers, you probably wouldn't even be able to see it. That's genius.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's using your trousers.
He counted his trousers. He counted his trousers. It frightened him. He wasn't afraid of ghosts or spooks, but he did not like the idea. He consulted with several persons who, by way of reconciliation, laughed at him.
Well, these are his friends again.
Yeah, and then he took a vow to murder the person responsible if ever he caught him. Did he have to
get a priest to do that, to take that vow?
I don't know. He's taken many pledges and vows.
Yeah, so he's not drinking, and he's now pledged to kill
So
somebody.
he's miserable. He's not drinking. He's having no fun. He suspects all his friends of chicanery.
He's freezing to death because it's February. He's got one leg.
Right. Everybody's laughing at him. Police are trying to arrest him.
They didn't wear underwear back then, so it's really bad.
Then for over a month, he was left alone, and he began to think that he had merely been the victim of some cunning practical joker, until one day, riding downtown in a streetcar, he saw someone across the aisle laughing at him and noticed that his trousers leg was cut off again.
Oh, come on.
He was collecting rents that day, so he stopped in a downtown store, purchased another pair of trousers, and put them on so as to attend to his business promptly. And on his way home, his trousers leg was cut off again.
Nobody's going to pay rent to a man with one trouser leg.
No, they're not. I wouldn't. And he was being laughed at on the streetcar.
Well, why didn't he ask those people, like, where did it go? Did you see it?
I think he had given up on eyewitness identification of what's going on here after like 6 times and everybody being like, didn't see nothing. The cutting has kept up ever since. Once a week, sometimes oftener, he has discovered a trousers leg missing. Every time, except twice, the cutting has been done while he wore the trousers. And on those 2 exceptional occasions, the trousers have been mutilated while he slept in his room. He complained to the police to aid him, but the detectives have not been able to discover any clue. The old man is almost frantic over the mystery, and his friends fear he will lose his mind if it continues. And by this time, he is firmly persuaded that the leprechauns are after him and determined to annoy him, while his friends think he is the victim of a practical jokers, although they're unable to explain how the jokers could do the cutting without being seen.
Why are they saying this in the present tense? So this doesn't have a resolution?
No.
This is the worst story I've ever heard in my life. It's impossible.
It says baffles St. Louis police, costs Martin $74 and deranges his mind.
Oh, I thought it said baffled and deranged at the beginning.
I mean,
how could this happen? There's no way this could happen.
This is the story of the year, and it got so little press.
I mean, talk about paranormal.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Fortean.
Beyond that, I mean, what would H.P. Lovecraft have to say about this?
H.P. Lovecraft has nothing to do with it. You want to look for a Charles.
This is an eldritch horror. If your pant leg was disappearing all the time in plain view of an entire streetcar.
But there's no squamous being, sort of a squamous horror approaching you.
No, there's just a missing trouser leg.
Not just one.
A left one.
Not just one.
That apparently just dissolves off of his body.
Nope.
As if cut by a razor.
Clean.
Maybe there's a multi-dimensional element to this. Maybe his left leg has the power to enter another dimension. But when it comes back...
it's naked.
Well, it can't bring the cloth with it, right? Of the trouser leg. So it's just cut off perfectly because it's a portal. It's a left leg portal.
But if then his left leg would be disappearing on him in streetcars and things.
Somehow his trouser leg is disappearing. Why couldn't his leg disappear for a minute?
What I don't understand is because it happens in multiple situations.
Did you ever look for a follow-up of this?
I did.
No follow-up.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, this never shows up in those unsolved mystery things.
This is the kind of stuff that matters. This is the kind of stuff.
If this could happen to him.
It could happen to anybody. Who knows that it hasn't? I mean, I've thought about it. I've thought about doing it to somebody, but I'm not a leprechaun, so.
But it disappeared on the streetcar in view of other people.
What? Nobody sees the trouser leg go. They only see...
he didn't ask the person. I mean, maybe that person saw the trouser leg just suddenly disappear.
The person laughed at him because he saw him with no trouser leg.
Right. So what was the person doing?
Look, if I saw some guy walking around with half a trouser leg, right?
Oh, I would laugh and laugh.
I would not laugh at them. That's rude. I think they were very rude back in the past. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well.
That's today's story. I hope you enjoyed it.
Kind of. I feel this is like hang fire. I am not going to sleep for a week.
We're going to have to figure it out. Maybe I haven't scoured every newspaper.
You know what they should have done is, because it's about the same time, I think.
Yeah.
There should have been a seance. They would speak to the spirit of the left trouser leg.
Yeah.
And maybe it would apport as ectoplasm
I know what's happening. This is a sinister plot by Mamie and her husband to get him gone because he's in the way of their honeymoon cottage lifestyle.
I think they're trying to make him crazy.
They're trying to make him crazy so they can it's like Gaslight.
It's like Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
This is like South by Pants West.
Yeah, because the kid's got the business.
Right.
Yeah.
He never should have brought that son-in-law.
That was insinuated at the beginning, basically.
That's what I said it was. Didn't I say it was foreshadowing?
Yeah, that's like Chekhov's gun, but it never fired.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think maybe, because they could have set his trousers up ahead of time. She knows how to sew. A slip stitch in his trousers and a time-released pull tab.
I don't know anything about sewing. All right.
I'm really frustrated right now.
It was a good story, right?
Kind of.
Very entertaining.
It was for a minute.